Greetings, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. And today, Charles Salvador, is up for his parole hearing at the Courts of Justice in London, in the Strand. I've been there numerous times. Really impressive, you know. Old oak, all brilliantly polished. It looks like a scene from the Victorian era, which is, of course, when it was built. Really impressive. Anyway, Charles Bronson has been in there today, and the report's coming out that he made comments to the panel, such as, "It's time for me to get out. I've had more porridge than Goldilocks." That was one of his lines today. And another one, he said, "I have been very naughty in the past." He said, but there's nothing quite as much fun as wrapping a prison governor up like a Christmas turkey. I'm sure that the parole board would be impressed with that. You see, the problem that Charles Salvador has, is not that he should be released. He should absolutely be released. I mean, he hasn't done very much in the last 4 or 5 years, and he never murdered anybody. But he's playing to the gallery, even at his own parole hearing, yeah? He's entertaining the troops. That's what they expect of Charles Bronson. Witty little side marks. And he also said, believe this or not, it may be on television soon, I don't know, because it's in the public domain, I believe. He even said, "Look, I'm getting bored with all this." It's a very important matter, and the parole board absolutely will listen to everything that he says. He's got a case officer, hasn't he, who reports on him, said they think he would find it very difficult to survive in society. Virtually 50 years away from living in society. I mean, imagine that you go back 50 years, there were none of these, were there? None of them mobile phones, none of them. Yeah. Everywhere had the old ding-a-ding telephones, were they? None of them now, is there? Just don't see them. I mean, I suppose that he will be pretty much up to speed with that, but everywhere has absolutely changed. I mean, in the town where I live, I think there's only one bank, that's the NatWest. There used to be about 4 or 5. It's ridiculous now. I mean, how do people put the money in cash? They don't want to trade in cash anymore, do they? So he's got all that learning curve to do. But I believe he will. I believe he's going to... I believe they're going to... There's a lot of pressure on, you see, from the public. People are saying that Bronson should be released. People call him Bronson, don't they? Because Salvador is just another one of his little... whims, and they're used to the little whims of Charles Bronson. But he's made a certain impact on the parole board hearing today, and I'm sure that it's going to be seen, little scenes on TV, little clips of Charles Bronson talking about having more porridge than Goldilocks, which is a nice little whimsical observation. But the people on things like the parole boards, they don't come really readily equipped, you know, to listen to jokes like that, you know. You can't imagine the parole board going watching Roy Chubby Brown, can you? They just wouldn't do it, would they? Or some years ago, sitting down to an evening of chicken in a basket while Bernard Manning's on the stage, yeah. Bernard Manning. I met Bernard Manning a few times. He was a real gentleman off stage, but on stage he was a racist, horrible thing. I don't like his comedy at all. But as a gentleman off the stage, he was kind and he helped a lot of people in charities, you know. Be a bit like Charles Bronson, because Bronson sees himself as being an act. It isn't no longer... He's no longer taking himself too seriously. Sees himself as being an entertainer And this is what the people expect from Bronson, wrapping a governor up like a Christmas turkey. Well, that's not the kind of terminology that will impress the parole board, I fear. I think that they're going to be thinking, well, is he absolutely ready? Because they've got to be sure that if they open the gates and put Charles Bronson in society, is he going to survive? Well, if he's got somebody he's going to go and live with, then I believe he would. I don't know, this guy that calls himself his son Bambi or something. Bambi. Got to be serious. I can't be serious about that, can you? I mean, look what he's done. He's led him down the path where he's made him a real mockery of himself on television. And then, of course, you've got the problem with they broadcast this thing about Charles Bronson running around the prison naked and intimidating the staff. That wouldn't have helped at all, would it? And if his son has done that, or the guy who claims to be his son has allowed that to happen, then it's not to the benefit of Bronson. But we all wish him well. I wish he'd get out, yeah. And set up a little art gallery in Devon. It's nice in Devon. They sell scrumpy cider down there. I had it when I was about 16, and it made all my tongue go ulcerated. The acid in the thing, I mean, I was too young to drink that stuff. Yeah, but good luck to Charles. He's back again on the 8th for another performance. He'll have some one-liners, but there you are. That's what he's done today, and it'll be on the news tonight. You'll no doubt see it. And I'll tell you what I've got to do now, yeah. I've got to warn you all. There you are, I've got my song dinger back now. Ding dong ding, song dinger. That's for Larry, because as soon as Larry hears that, he grabs Billy Goat Gruff and charges off into the wilds of Rotherham. Yeah, the Yorkshire rolling Yorkshire moors. Yeah, so if you see a guy with big wellies on, carrying a Billy Goat Gruff, that's Larry. Yeah. And Bobbity Bob. Bob's there. Alright. You ready, Bob? Another song here for you. I'm going to try and sing this. I really am going to try. Yeah, I can't see the words too well. Yeah, it's something to do with my eyesight, Yeah, I think I might just about get this now. And this is quite appropriate. That's your last warning, by the way. The song dinger has donged for the last time today. So if you're still in town, stand by for action. This is something that may be considered appropriate. The oldest swinger in town. When you score with a chick in a disco bar, then you take her home in your hairy little car. Then you find you went to school with a ma and pa. You're the oldest swinger in town. When you won't look in the mirror in the light of day, swear you dyed it when your hair turns grey. When you rip up your trousers and your belly's in the way, you're the oldest swinger in town. Here you come, and there you go, with wheels, spokes, and a stereo. But the engine's clapped, and the driver also. You're the oldest swinger in town. When your barber takes a little less time each week, the kids don't understand a word you speak. When you walk into a disco, they offer you a seat. You're the oldest swinger in town. You prefer a pint of shandy to Bacardi and Coke. The songs are too loud and there's too much smoke. You'd like another dance, but you're scared you'd have a stroke. You're the oldest swinger in town. Here you come with your chest all bare, a little gold ingot and a lot of gold hair. It's like the disco king meets Yogi Bear. You're the oldest swinger in town. When you're feeling as stiff as a skinhead's boot, slap on Vic where you used to slap Brute, and the latest punk fashion is your wedding suit. You're the oldest swinger in town. When you have to go shopping for your sex appeal, Travolta shades and a 9-inch heel, you say a man is just as old as the woman he feels. You're the oldest swinger in town. Here you come with your lips closed tight. You never smile, you know it wouldn't look right, 'cause your dentures glow in the ultraviolet light. You're the oldest swinger in town. And you look so mean 'cause your pants are tight. You're the oldest swinger in town. And it takes you all night to do what you used to do all night. Yes, I'm the oldest swinger in town. There you go. Sincerely hope that there's people left watching that. I very much doubt it. And the only swinging I'll do is when my wife catches me. Swinging from the lampshade, folks. I like that bit about a cross between and Yogi Bear. That's definitely it. See you soon. Tales from the Jails. Have you read my book, by the way? Yeah, here it is. We haven't had a plug for that for a day or two, have we? It's on Amazon. Bye.